This is week 3 and I am doing flooring. I have been working on this flooring for a few days now, and I'm not really going to tell you how to tile a whole floor. There are professional tilers out there that know how to do that and explain it way better than I do. But I will tell you some tips and tricks and some things you need to know beforehand. First thing I want to show you is this big long expanse of tiles here in the middle. The first day, which was 2 days ago, I only laid down the center tiles, the ones that you see right when you walk in, the ones that I wanted perfect. And there's a lot of detail behind planning exactly the layout for a tile so that you don't have like an inch long line of tile running anywhere in your room, and you don't have anything weird going on at threshold when you walk into the room. That first day, I just wanted to lay down just the tiles that wouldn't have any cuts that I could get down quickly. And the part that takes the longest is actually your first row. You want to get everything perfectly straight, everything even, and then that second row kind of just falls into place when you're pushing everything together. So once I had this first day's work done, the thin set underneath needed 24 hours to set before I could walk on it. So that means that yesterday I pretty much couldn't do anything until in the evening. And I started cutting tiles for the spots that I couldn't work on. So all of these tiles over here that have blue tape on them, they aren't actually set yet. I'm just going through, this is a tip, I'm just going through and cutting a bunch of tiles right now. It's faster if you just cut a bunch of tiles wherever you can, and then do all of your thin setting at once so that you're not going back and forth and cleaning thin set off your hands constantly while you're trying to cut tiles too. So right now I am working on cutting the tiles for this section that needed all the work. I'll be doing this strip along the wall here today. I'll try moving into this closet, and there's a closet over here, as far as I can reach without walking on the wet tiles. And our powder room right here, I'm going to try to get all of those cut and set today too. So if you've never tiled before, a bathroom like this is probably not the ideal place to start, because you've got a lot of different rooms coming off of one room, and you want the tile to flow continuously throughout it. Unless you're using some sort of a really small mosaic like a pinning tile, it's going to take a bunch of passes to get the work done, because you can't walk on your tile once the thin set is on. You have to wait for it to cure for 24 hours. So in places where you can't reach, you might have to run half of the room like I did here, and then so this was my walking path until the tile cured, and then come back in and do the other half of the room on top of the cured, and your body's on top of the cured tile. So I think this is going to take 4 days probably for me to get all 4 of these rooms done and the grout in. Hopefully, maybe 5 days for that grout. We'll see. I'm always too optimistic about how long it's going to take me to do something. So if you're curious about how cutting tile and working around doorways looks, let me show you a quick little video about what I do around doorways when it comes to tile. In that video, you saw me using my Dremel to cut away a little bit of the door frame around the doors. That just allows the tile to slip underneath. The Dremel is not really ideal for that, and I even wasn't using the right sanding disc. I somehow have 30 sanding discs for cutting plastic and metal, so I'm using one of those. It's not technically a wood cutting sanding disc, but you can go to the store and buy the correct sanding disc. So the ideal tool for that would actually be a skill saw or something like that, where you can cut evenly, quickly around a door frame like that. Another thing you need to know when you're planning out how your remodel is going to happen everything that needs to be thought of beforehand before you start doing your tiling, or at least before you start doing your grouting, is weird areas around your tiling that will not be tiled with your current plan. So our old master bathroom tub was kind of like a built-in surround tub. It filled out a lot more space. We shrunk it back about 6 inches so that we had a bigger opening here through the middle, make the room feel bigger. And now I have to think about something. Let me show you. So this area here was previously hidden by the old tub, and the old tub surround used to come out to here. So I had to cut away the little chunk of molding that we had down here. I'm gonna have to replace this molding, and I'm gonna have to get some mud in here, some drywall mud, and patch this all up and paint everything, make it nice and pretty before I can even tile this tub surround. So that's kind of one of the things that you need to think about. Look around all of the areas in your space and think about things that need to be done before you actually tile. Painting especially is much easier before you tile. Okay, just real quick, I wanted to tell you another tip to help you get your tile project done as quickly as possible without going back and forth over and over again. I just drew up a quick drawing of the sections that I need to tile in after doing the main tiles through the center that I talked about before. So in front of my vanity, I needed quite a bit of tiles, and in front of my husband's vanity, I just needed a few. So to make it easy on myself, I just drew up a rough sketch of the area that needed tiles and the measurements I needed. That way I could take out, and again for here, I needed a few more tiles for this area. But that way I could take it outside with like 4 or 5 tiles at once, cut them all at once, and then bring it all in together instead of going back and forth for each different tile. It's just another way to do bulk jobs all at once, help you speed up the process a little bit. Okay guys, I just wanted to come back and show you the finished floor tile and the grout's all in place. You can see I've actually finished the wall and tub tile too when I'm recording this video. So the next video I post after this one on YouTube is going to be all about my tips and tricks for that mosaic tile and a better look at the finished work there. And also, here's that wall I was pointing out before. So see, I had to patch and paint that wall before I tiled to make sure it looked nice and pretty before the tiling went up. It just makes it easier on you to not have to paint around all that tile. And this is that little section around the door frame that I cut in before. I've finished it off with some caulking after the grout went down and everything was dry. So I am loving this tile, loving the bathroom so far. I don't want to show you too much. Obviously, I still need to do the vanities. The doors aren't on. Okay guys, that's it for all of the video on how I installed the flooring for this master bathroom remodel. Be sure to check out the other projects, the video projects in the description below, and you can find links to those, and I'll keep adding them as I finish new projects in this bathroom. So stick around, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks!